some of my other videos I built bow drills. In this one, I'm going to show you how to use it. First thing you need to do is a burn-in so that you know where your hole's going to be. Got my log here. It's an old one I did earlier. I'm going to do it on the other side because this log's kind of arched a little bit. Fits on the ground just a little bit better that way. And I need a place for my ember to build up. So I've got that here. And then this is my nest material. First, I gotta have a nest to put the ember in. This is just bark from a juniper tree. I'm not sure if it's juniper or cedar. Either way, juniper and cedar will both work. Grind it up really, really fine. Just like that. Then turn it inside of itself so you've got a place for fire. Now you got a brand new spindle carved with fat like a crayon on the bottom and pointy on the top. So I'll start out with my burn-in. I'm going to carve this down just a little bit better. Okay, basically I just wanted this to be a little more smooth right there. That way I can make a better hole. Made my hole. Now for my burn-in. Over my socket. So this is a brand new Tops Knives Accessed. They sent this to me to demo. I'm going to do that in another video. But it's got this little socket that I can put the spindle in. So basically I just pulled it away from me. Just like that will be my socket. Okay? I have an extra spindle I used last time. I'm going to do this one from scratch. So fat end of my stick is on the bottom, and then I'm going to go towards myself. 1, 2, 3 times. I wrap this 3 times towards me. Put this on the top, and that on the bottom. Now the key is I put it on the arch of my foot. I'm kneeling high. Put this part of my hand against my leg so that spindle is straight up and down. And then I can put pressure down with my arm if I need. Okay? As you can see, if I do this right, it's nice and smooth. No problems at all. The other thing is I'm not doing this thing with my arm. I extend my elbow and retract my elbow so that my string won't walk up and down. If I do that right, it becomes real smooth. Put a little more pressure on here. Put this burn in. Big long strokes. About already burning, you can see. And if I get stuck, I just back it off a little bit and then go forward. All right, that burnt, and that burnt. I can take this carbon and scrape it into my pile right here on my leaf. A good thing to have are the big chips that you took off of your board to hold your carbon. But if you don't, a big fat leaf works great. Another thing, once you get going on it, in order to keep from burning this up, just smash some leaves in there, put some spit, some dirt, something, and it lubricates it, okay? So now that I've done my burn in, and just put my saw away, I really like this knife. These Victorinox, what is this called? Swiss Army tools are awesome because of these little saws. So I'm gonna go 1/8 of a pie just short of the center, okay? 1/8 of a pie just short of the center. There's my cut. Then a nice little trick to do. Okay, then a nice little trick to do is to trim that bottom part out. And it kind of leaves you a little pocket for the ash to build up and fall inside of. This stout little knife just chews right through that. It's sweet. Okay, so I'm just clearing that out. And that leaves a little hole down there for my ash to fall in. Okay, that's almost a little bit too big. Anyway, you get the point. Done my burn in. I've cut my hole 1/8 of a pie just short of the center. I accidentally cut a little more than I should. All that's going to happen is the spindle will walk out a little bit. As long as I angle it back in towards the heartwood, it'll be okay. If I don't, it'll spit out and I'll have to make a new hole. I've got a little bit of the old ash, I'm sorry, the carbon that I just made from my burn-in is right there. Now, I have the arch of my foot. I'm going to do a carbon buildup. And once I see the carbon pile smoking, I'm going to do about 20 or 30 strokes. And then I'm going to pull it away, take a string or some twig, push it off and wave it with my hand so it can get air. And then put it in the center of my nest and blow through it to create my fire. This is how you go from ember to fire. Again, this is my socket or my spindle. Now, I'm going to tighten this up just a little bit. Resharpen my knife. I want this top part to be super pointy. The reason is super pointy means less friction. Nice and fat means more friction. I'm just going to make a couple of grooves in here. Make a couple of grooves right here on top, and all that does is help it to have more friction as opposed to this slick stick, I guess. Anyway, so I make my stick more pointy, fat like a crayon on the bottom, sharp like a pencil on the top. Grab the fat end of my stick, pointing towards the top, and it goes just like this. I want it just below center, not quite in center because it wobbles. Right about below center, I've found gives me the most control over the spindle. And then I wrap it 1, 2, 3 times, and then pack it. Again, I don't sit here, I pick my weight up, grab a leaf, grab a gooey leaf, stick that in the top, my weight above it, and then slow, steady strokes. Pressure on it. Long strokes. Probably on fire now, so count back to 30, 29. It's still smoking. I come loose at like 15, but whatever. Okay, this is the most important part. Let it breathe. I'm not blowing with my lungs. I'm just fanning it with my hands. You can see that that's all that it takes for the carbon to compact and turn into an ember. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing across here. I don't know how long that was. I venture to guess maybe 20-30 seconds I had a fire once I started. Long, steady strokes, get a big bow, use long strokes, and once you start to see the pile itself smoke, not the board on the top, speed it up, add pressure for about 30 seconds, or 30 strokes, and again I had like 10 or 15, not very many strokes, and then the spindle popped out, but whatever, and we're burning. So now that this is an ember, right here, the center of my nest. Get all of it in there. Okay, now kind of close it around a little bit. Ooh, that's strong smoke. And blow very lightly. And then increase your blowing veracity slowly. This is not quite enough ground up stuff. We'll see. Okay, I'm getting underneath it. Smoke out of my eyes. Another thing you can do is put a log on each side if it's really a mess, or just hold it on each side and blow through it like a taco. Don't squeeze it too much or it chokes it out. And that's how you start a fire with a bow drill. Now, of course, I would stick this in my teepee, my fire teepee sitting on top of an upside down fire. to start my fire. Oxygen, the most overlooked and important part of a fire. The fire triangle. Also, if you don't have any juniper or cedar bark like this, you can use super dry grass, and you can use old man's beard, which is that stuff you see hanging off the trees, but only if it's very, very dry. And that's how you start a fire with a bow drill. My bow drill. Thanks for watching.